What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. How you guys doing today? I can't see the comments. I'm going to stop doing this. I cannot see the comments. Hold on. Let me go on in. I'm going to have to look at my comments on my phone because I cannot see the comments. Okay, here we go. Reese's PCs. Hey, Dre, let the come. How you doing, boo? I ain't seen you in a minute. Nicole Stevens, Abby. Okay, how y'all doing? Oh, Reese's PCs. Hey, okay, Dre, let me turn down my volume on my phone now. What's up, David W? Okay, looks like the comments are coming through now. All right. What's going on with you? How you guys doing today? It is hump day. What's up, Cookie? It is hump day. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Dre Lithicum, did you catch that? Okay, thank you. I do. I need to see my comments. Dre, did you look at the extended trailer for Chasing Dallas? What you think about it, girl? Oh yeah, Abby, I forgot to tell you something too. I had to send you a text. I got Yes B reached out to us and wants to work on something for Chasing Dallas. So I told him I was down, and I figured you would be too, as long as it worked in your schedule. So we'll talk about it. What's up, Rain D? How you doing, girl? Dear Trahaney, how you guys doing? So, okay, me too, Dre. I'm so ready. So ready for it. Okay. But we're working on some things for you guys when it finally drops. I'm definitely, hey, a snack and a meal. How you doing? I'm definitely hoping to hear from Reese G about maybe a collab or something. I gotta see what my coins is looking like, trying to get down to Dallas, but I'm definitely open to it if it fits in my schedule and my financial schedule. I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to do next year, so y'all gotta get on my money schedule early, honey, because I got a lot of things I'm trying to do. Hey, child, ain't no prayer for our team, Rain. It's over. We could pray for next year, okay? It's over. Pray that we get some good coaching next year. We get some good picks in the draft. I don't know what else we can pray for, but it's over. It's over. Hey, really in chat, just peeking through the window. Hey, Jacqueline, you at work as always, child. As always, you at work. So look, my first hashtag is impeachment. Now, I know that I don't do keep hope alive. That is life support right there. That ain't even hope, girl. That's life support. I have some stuff coming in January, you guys, that I'll let you guys know when the time is right, but it will give me an opportunity to expand and do my politics stuff, because I don't do a lot of politics on this channel. I love politics. I'm a politicaholic. I don't know if that's how you say it, but child, Reese's Pieces, you ain't wrong. You are not wrong. I don't think you're wrong about that one. Well, this is what I'm gonna say, Dre. He will probably get impeached, but he won't be removed from office. So the Congress is gonna probably impeach him. Like, they have the votes. So he's gonna probably be impeached, but he ain't going nowhere. I mean, he ain't going nowhere. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? What's going on with you? But yeah, so in January, I will, as we get closer, you guys, I'll get you guys more information as we firm things up, but I'll definitely be doing more political commentary and things of that nature in 2020. Now, with that being said, let me just talk a little bit about this impeachment piece. So Dre says 45 ain't getting impeached. Now, I say he will get impeached, but he is not going to be removed from office. Oh, I definitely will. Abby said I have too much common sense to politics, child. Well, my undergraduate degree is in political science. So, I mean, I love politics. I've worked on campaigns. I have done political strategy. I've done all of that. And I watch a lot of political TV. And now I'm starting to get into watching the videos on YouTube because I'm doing more watching videos on YouTube. So, yeah. Hey, Be Nice. How you doing, girl? I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, Mug Chip. You know, I love you, Mug Chip. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love how loyal you are to the people that you love. And I don't need, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to go any further. And I respect you. You know, I met you in person and I love you and I respect you. And I've been seeing how you move these last couple of days. And I was talking about, me and James Caldwell were talking about you today. And we were just talking about just that respect of who you are. And when you like somebody, and you don't let yourself be swayed by any nonsense and foolishness. And I respect that. I'm just being real talk. And I'm not even saying that, you know, to gas you up or nothing, but I've been seeing how you're moving and you know what I'm talking about. And I appreciate that. I love you for it. Anyway, hey, Mama Six, how you doing? Shay Johns, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. How you doing, girl? I honestly don't have any hope or faith in the political system. Well, I'm going to say this. It's not the system I don't have faith in. It's the people that I have lost faith in. I have lost faith in the people. Well, thank you, Tito. Well, Tito, definitely stay posted because, you know, we almost at the end of the year and Lord willing, I'll be here for 2020. Definitely, you're going to see some stuff kicked off in 2020 from myself and some other people you might be familiar with going into next year. So keep it posted. Keep it posted, Tito. Glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I know that's right. Cost Cable been working you like a Hebrew slave child. Girl. Do we even, where's Cost Cable? Is Cost Cable? I don't think that's in my neighborhood. We got Comcast up here, child. I can't stand them. Anyway, we ain't gonna go down that road. But yeah, so here's my issue. And the reason why I say that, Dre, and I understand what you're talking about. Oh, thank you, Mama Sick. Here's what I'm gonna say about that. The system is what the system is. It's a system that has been in place for over 200 years, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to say that it's a perfect system. However, it's the people who have failed us and not the system. And what I mean by that is the same Republicans that are bending over backwards and defending everything that Donald Trump does are the same Republicans who wanted to get rid of the Obamas because Michelle Obama wore a dress without sleeves in it. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that being said, if Obama had done less than 1% of what Trump has done, he would already be out of office. Like, it would have been no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I know y'all know that. We've said it. People with cooler heads have said it. The problem is that we have allowed the people to change the spirit of our political system. And it went unchecked for so long. And now that we are seeing the roots have the roots have taken hold and the tree is growing and now everybody's upset. But when, hey girl, hey, what's up, boo? Hey. But when that seed was first being planted, nobody paid attention, nobody cared, nobody wanted to listen. And I'm not even talking about Trump. I'm talking about before Trump. Trump doesn't get elected if there's no Tea Party. The Tea Party doesn't exist if there's no Obama. Obama doesn't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one event. It's how these different events connected to get us to where we are. And what I mean by that is, so if people had spoke up when Obama was being attacked, maybe certain things wouldn't be where they are now. And it can go further back than that. It's not just Obama. I'm not going to start with Obama because it didn't start with Obama. But at the end of the day, that is what we need to understand. When I say we, I'm talking about as a society need to understand that, it's easy to say, oh, the political system is rigged, is this, but it's the people who have allowed it to get to the point where it is. With impeachment, there are so many variables. Impeachment by the House, but not found guilty by innocent. Right, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be impeached. I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain he's going to be impeached. Now, he's not going to be removed from office. Not at all. Not at all. But here's what people need to understand. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. If you go back and you look at Watergate, the Republicans defended Richard Nixon until the very end, up until those tapes were released where the public heard Richard Nixon's voice specifically say that he had committed those crimes. That is when the Republicans finally called him up and said, yeah, bro, we can't help you. But up until the point where those Watergate tapes had been released, they still were defending him. They still had his back. So this isn't new. Like, we can pretend like this just started under Trump and, oh, I can't believe these people are letting Trump get away. This didn't just start under Trump. Go back and look at Watergate. Watergate went on for years. It didn't happen in a vacuum. It didn't happen. They didn't break into the Watergate Hotel and then a week later Richard Nixon resigned. This went on for like 2 or 3 years. And in those 2 or 3 years, they had hearings where people testified that Richard Nixon gave the orders. People testified that Richard Nixon had a secret slush account. They had all of these things went on. Richard Nixon's vice president was indicted and had to resign. That's how we got Gerald Ford. Do y'all realize that Gerald Ford is the only president in our history that was never elected as a vice president or president? Matter of fact, Gerald Ford was never even elected Speaker of the House. He ascended into the position because of the vacuum. Pay attention. So this didn't start now. So people can act like partisan politics is something new. No, it's not. It's not new. Now, to this extreme, maybe. But the Republicans weren't ready to give up on Richard Nixon until they heard his voice on those tapes, and they could no longer deny anything, and they could no longer lie about it. So if a smoking gun falls out of the roof in this Ukrainian hearing, that would be the only thing that would sway it. But unless that happens, these people testifying, although I commend the whistleblowers for coming out and saying their piece, without, hey, Miss Old School, and I'm gonna get everybody that's coming into the chat. I'm finishing my thought, because if not, y'all know I'll get sidetracked. But without that happening, the Democrats are gonna have their say in the House, and the Republicans are gonna have their say in the Senate, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Period. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me go back up here and read some of these comments, y'all. The best, but the worst thing to ever happen to America was the day Barack Obama became president. People, I won't say color, will never forgive it. Yeah. I'm not going to say that's the worst thing that's ever happened, but yeah, BB Nice, you have a valid point. We are definitely dealing with, there's no Trump if there's no Obama. Period. Yanya, I know these notifications are trash. It's definitely a chain reaction of events. So many political norms have been broken, even from when Bush unilaterally went to war in Iraq or invaded Iraq, to be more accurate. But once again, Tito District, Bush at least had the support of the country. Remember, Lyndon Johnson got us into the war in Vietnam. We were in a war that we never officially declared war on that country. We never officially declared. He went to war in Vietnam without the Senate's approval. It's not new. That's what I'm saying. These things are not new. It's not new. If he's not removed, what kind of precedent does that set? Well, it's just Really, BTV, they have no backbone. They know he's corrupt, but they're more concerned with losing support from their base than doing what's right for the country. Agreed. A Nixon voluntarily resigned due to party pressure. I don't see that happening. No, but again, Miss Mars, you're right. He resigned because they told him you are going to be impeached. Up until the night before Nixon resigned, he was fighting it. And he would have, had those tapes not come out, he may have actually rode the wave, because he had enough support that the impeachment wasn't going to go through. It was going to be just like what it is now. They weren't going to have the votes to remove him. They might have had the votes to impeach him, but they didn't have the votes to remove him. So I agree. Yeah, Nixon voluntarily resigned, but that's because he knew that the gig was up. They were like, look, bruh, you can either resign and we can make some arrangements and we can make this go. Because remember, part of the agreement for his resignation was that there would be no criminal charges against him when he resigned. That was part of the agreement. That's why Richard Nixon never went to jail. Part of the agreement was that Gerald Ford would pardon him. So, again, it was some willing and dealing with that. No, Shauna D, impeachment does not mean he's removed from office. Impeachment means, basically, impeachment is a fancy word for indictment. So what they're doing right now is they are here. It's like sort of what's going on right now is it's sort of grand jury testimony. The House of Representatives are sort of the grand jury. They are hearing testimony against the president, and they will make a decision as to whether they think that there's enough evidence to indict the president. Then they will vote, and that is what impeachment is. Then once they have voted to impeach the president, which is like a fancy word for indictment, then that goes to the Senate, where the president will go on trial. The judge of his trial is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and the Senate is sort of the jury. Once the trial is concluded, the Senate votes. And is it a 2/3 majority to vote for impeachment? That is what it is. A lot of people think that impeachment means out of office. No, that doesn't. No. Bill Clinton was impeached, but when it went to the Senate, it wasn't passed. I want to say it was by one vote. Andrew Johnson was impeached, and I know it was one vote for him. I know that he stayed in office by one vote, which was a bribe. He bought that vote, but neither here nor there. It was a vote nonetheless. I agree. Elected Obama earned us Trump. Trump was the biggest Obama opponent from before he was elected. Even if convicted in trial, he could still be in office. Look at Clinton. Yeah. Both sides, but see, Dre, that's what I'm saying. Both sides won't into the bitter end, because that's one thing I will give. Oh yeah, let me turn this a group chat. Let me turn this thing off, because this thing gonna keep going off. What's up, DC Kool-Aid Lisa? Hold on, y'all. I lost my place. Oh goodness, hold on, y'all. I lost my place. Okay. Yeah, be nice. Even if Trump shot somebody on Fifth Avenue, the Republicans will never break. He is all they have. That's what I'm saying. The one thing I will give the Republicans credit for, they will stay, honey. They'll stick together. The Democrats will break rank, but them Republicans, honey. All right, this way. Okay. Oh, thank you, Shay Johns. Blue Stars. Hey, Blue Stars. Welcome to the room. Trump, no matter how vile, is the strongest person they have. There are options once convicted. They can remove him. They can make it so they can never hold in office again. The issue we have is the damn GOP. Well, Nicole, if he is found guilty, he is removed from office. Like, that's a wrap. And let's be clear. I believe that the day that Donald Trump leaves office, he's going to be indicted. Donald Trump has indictments waiting for him in the state of New York. They're waiting for him. He is an unindicted co-conspirator at this time, and they're indicted. So all Clinton did was lie under oath about getting a blowjob. I mean, let's be clear. Let's be clear. They impeached him on lying under oath and obstruction of justice, blah blah blah. But it all went back to him lying about having an affair. Like, what man don't lie about cheating on his wife? What's up, House Music Kid? Hey, Rochelle Perkins. Hey, Danny. What's up? What's up, little sis? Politics gives me anxiety and heartburn. Girl, don't let it give you no anxiety, child. Great thing is that there are 3 other Republicans running for office that will help decrease Trump's strength. Child. We'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see. If listen to those Nixon tapes that also expose him to knowing Medicare, yeah, well. If you listen to those tapes, a whole lot is exposed about Nixon. And even till the day Nixon died, he did not feel like he had broken the law. He felt like the president basically could do whatever the hell he wanted to do, and he didn't feel like he had done anything wrong. They're going to keep stalling the impeachment. Well, no, not on the House of Representatives side, and the Senate probably won't stall it if they have the votes if they know that it's not going to. He's not going to be impeached. I mean, he's not going to be removed from office. They probably want to get it over with because they don't want this hanging over when campaign season really kicks into high gear. They really don't want this hanging out there, to be honest with you. What up, little baby? How you doing? So if he is impeached, he will be allowed to run next term. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's up, Jay Parrish? Trump can kill, steal, break every law. Republicans aren't going to impeach him. Democrats don't have the votes. They have the votes to impeach him. They do not have the votes to remove him from office. I think he's going to be impeached He's going to be impeached. I'd say I'm 90% certain that he'll be impeached. What's up, Cola? How you doing? Oh, thank you. Tell your daughter I said hello. Y'all, I keep losing my place. Lord have mercy. So basically, nothing's going to happen to this donkey. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for clarifying the definition of impeachment. In the process, people have been spreading misinformation about impeachment. That is the political. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, y'all ain't pay attention in government class. And I don't mean UT, though. I mean, in general, like, it's covered. You just didn't pay attention when that day that they talked about impeachment. You just was absent. I'm so over this 2-party system. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln. That was the one thing, George Washington warned us in his farewell address. He warned us of political parties because, political parties did not always exist. And he warned us about the political party system. Trump's resume will forever say under everything else impeached by the House. That's something that will control him mentally. See, it will bother Trump. It didn't bother Bill Clinton, but absolutely it will bother the hell out of Trump because he doesn't like, he's so sensitive. He doesn't like people not liking him. So yeah, you're right. It will bother him. What's up? Well, hello, Jaded. How you doing, little bro? I know you working on a video because you always working on a video. I ain't mad at you though. You done found. We talked about that. Did we not talk about that, Jaded? I'll talk to you offline, but we talked about that. I ain't mad at you. Pence is horrible. Pence is, and that's honestly, to be honest with you, I'm almost not even really concerned about Trump being impeached or being removed from office because Pence is the worst. And the difference between Pence and Trump is that Pence is actually a politician and he's built relationships and these people know him and he knows how to do the vile stuff he wants to do without being so obvious about it. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, Pence is terrible. Y'all better do y'all research on Pence. Pence is terrible. Oh, absolutely, Danny. New York is waiting. See, I'm from where I sit at this point, I'm like, let him just ride the term out. Just don't reelect his ass because the day he leaves office, there's an indictment ready for him. I believe that. Hey, Miguel, how you doing, babe? Sharon, hey. Yeah, Pence is, y'all better do y'all research on Pence. Y'all better do y'all research on Pence. I'm 9% certain Trump will be impeached. He's going to have his name besmirched before they get something on him. He'll quit. He's always going to keep the ball in his court. Dre, let the come. Are you saying like that they didn't talk about impeachment in school? In your government class, I can't imagine a government class that wouldn't have talked about impeachment, but then I wasn't in your government class, but I'm just saying. Oh, thank you, Miss Mars, girl. I love history. That's what I love history. And like I said, I love politics. I love history. I love politics. So, But with the election so close, Pence, no, that's the Constitution, Abby. Pence has to be the replacement. If the president gets removed from office, the vice president automatically becomes president. That's the law. That's the Constitution. He becomes the president until the election. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's an hour. If Trump leaves office the day before election day, Pence is the president. If Trump leaves the day before the inauguration, Pence is the president until the new president is sworn in. That's the law. Yeah, that's the law. They can't, they can't do nothing about that. Volvo say all these people are crooks. They are. Hey Trish, how you doing, baby? Yeah, it's definitely an election year. So that's my thing. Let me tell y'all something, man. This way y'all probably gonna get mad at me. Y'all know who I blame for Trump being president? Oh, that's a good point, Rochelle. Presidents can get impeached and still run again, but it takes an act of Congress for a felon to be allowed to vote once they've served their time. Girl, you better get involved with some prison reform and get out there, honey, and get them laws changed. No, Jonathan Ford, I do not blame Hillary Clinton. In your school system, they don't have American government until 12th grade. Yeah, that's El Teddy's where he teaches us the same thing. In my school system, it's a 10th grade class and it's a testing. Like they have to take a test to graduate. They have to take a government exam in order to graduate. So yeah. El Teddy said the same thing. Where he is, it's a 12th grade class as well. Yeah, I'm be honest with y'all. We'd rather deal with Trump than Pence. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all because Pence knows how to play the game. Trump doesn't. He's a bulldozer. No, not Don. She said Don. Well, Donna Brazil in a roundabout way, and I'm gonna tell you why. Child, ain't nobody asking that child to run for no president. Ain't nobody asking Hillary Clinton to run for president. I'm gonna need you to go sit your ass down. You had to choose to take government, Miss Mars? Damn. Rochelle, I do. If they allow felons to vote, I do. I think it will make a difference. I think it will make a difference in local elections more so than national elections, so to speak. Now, let me say this. This is who I vote. This is who I vote, Lord. Government is at 12th grade class in Michigan. Dang. See, I think that needs to be changed, honestly, because 12th graders don't give a damn. They ain't paying attention. And like in my school system, you only need 3 government, but you need U.S. history. You need government too, I guess. But you only need 3 social studies credits. But U.S. history is one you need. You need U.S. history and you need government. So I guess it really doesn't matter because you still needed to graduate. Oh my gosh. Nope, not even Sanders supporters who split the vote. I'm going to tell you who I blame. Now, Sanders supporters didn't hurt. They didn't help. They did not help at all. But I'm going to tell you who I blame for Trump being president. Black women. If black women had come out and voted and the numbers that they voted for Obama, Trump isn't president. Contrary to popular belief, Hillary did not lose in a landslide. If Hillary wins Pennsylvania and Ohio, Hillary's president. I mean, when it was all over said and done, she lost by more electoral votes. But if she gets Pennsylvania and Ohio, and there were a lot of other elements, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it like that. There were a lot of other elements, but at the end of the day, when you look at the numbers and you look at how black women came out and voted for Obama, and then you look at the numbers of black women and their vote in the election of the 2016 election, those numbers plummeted. Had black women come out and voted in the same numbers, and voted for Clinton. Let me say that they obviously would have to have voted for Clinton. Trump doesn't become president. And then you saw what happened in that special election down in, was it Alabama, with the man who was accused of being a child molester. He had to be banned from the mall and all that other stuff. Remember, it was black women that defeated him. When they broke the numbers down, it was black women. This is crazy. You took it in 11th grade because your dad made you take all my hard classes at 9th through 11th. You went office 8 by 12, child. Y'all only had one semester of government? That's crazy. Yep, Miss Mars, black women. In most states, felons can get their rights to vote back. It's simple. It's as simple as writing a request to your governor. I know plenty of people that got, yeah, and you can definitely, most places you can get your votes back, your right back. The Voting Rights Act was struck down, though it made it harder for the disenfranchised black people to vote. Tito, you're going to have to put that in context. I'm not sure are you speaking in reference to me saying that black women didn't vote? That didn't have nothing to do with them not voting in 2016 because they found a way to vote for Obama twice. So the Voting Rights Act didn't stop them from voting for Obama. I'm not sure if that's what you're speaking in reference to. Let me know. My teachers always said that Americans not knowing our government works. Y'all, I keep losing my place. Works is the reason. I'm going to start putting some of y'all comments up here. Y'all making some good comments. Is the reason we aren't successful in our own country as opposed to immigrants. Child. Immigrants know our system better than we do. Well, Hillary wasn't handsome enough. All right, come on back, Dre. Come on back. Oh, Lord. Not Donald Trump always wins, child. No, we're not to blame for everything, but definitely. Hey, Donald Trump always wins. But definitely, not to blame for everything, but definitely the numbers. When you break the numbers down, again, redistricting is an issue. You know, gerrymandering is absolutely an issue. Yes, they need to get rid of the Electoral College. The Electoral College is dated. The reason for the Electoral College is no longer needed. It was once needed, but it's no longer a needed thing. It was a 10th grade class when I was in school 20 years ago. Okay. See, yeah, that's crazy. Yep, because white women voted for Trump. They voted on the fantasy of being with, oh, wow, snacking a meal. Oh, I blame apathy. People don't think it matters. And the reality is, if we all voted, this country would look very different. Oh, absolutely. Oh, my gosh. If people voted, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even entertain people who didn't vote. I know that's sort of cliche or whatever, but I absolutely do not. If we get to talking and you told me you didn't vote, honey, the conversation's over. I'm not entertaining you. See, yeah, El Teddy, in Florida, you only take one semester of U.S. government, and that's crazy to me. You know, but then you want to blame the schools, and like that's crazy. Like You can't scapegoat black women when we voted for Hillary. A minority of white women voted for Hillary. There are more to blame for her losing. I understand what you're saying, Tito district. I'm not saying that there weren't other elements and there weren't other variables. But what I am going to say is when you just look at when you look at election night, taking all of those other variables out the way, and you look at election night and you look at who voted and who didn't vote. What I'm saying to you is, if the amount of black women who voted for Obama had voted for Hillary, Trump's not president. Now, I'm just saying. You took world history in the 9th, 10th grade was government. Yeah, see, that's okay. See, now in my school district, 9th grade is U.S. history, 10th grade is government, 11th is world history, and then 12th, you can take an elective. So, and a lot of people, if they end up taking like social issues, street law, psychology, sociology, African American history. But those are usually all upperclassmen. Those are all upperclassmen. You're not going to find a ninth grader in one of those classes in my district. The Voting Rights Act. What Voting Rights Act are you speaking of, Tito? I need to know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I don't know what you're talking about. And I need to do my do my research because I don't know what you're speaking of. What's the topic you would love to discuss, BB Nice? Hey, Lamone, how you doing? I think Black women showed up. I blame the millennials who didn't vote because Bernie didn't win the nomination. No, Deirdre, I'm telling you facts. Look at the numbers. Black women did not show up. They didn't. The numbers are there. You can go back and pull the numbers. Black women did not show up. I'm telling you facts. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you, Black women, the numbers are not there. And again, were there other elements? Yes, there were other elements. I'm not going to say there were no other elements, but I'm saying when you throw Bernie Sanders, you throw all that other stuff out of the window on election night, the numbers that weren't there for the Democrats were Black women. I'm just telling you what I know. I know 3 Black educated single mothers who voted for Trump. Okay. Gerrymandering and electoral college are now used to manipulate results. Well, definitely gerrymandering. I mean, the electoral college is based on population. The electoral college is based on population of the state. There's really nothing there to manipulate, but gerrymandering definitely does manipulate. The electoral college just needs to be thrown out, period. In our last 3 elections, the person who won the popular vote, well, no, not last 3 elections, I'll take that back, with Trump, because remember, Hillary Clinton got more of the popular vote. She just didn't win the electoral college. Same thing with Bush. I agree, Lamone. Hands on deck. Absolutely. Hands on deck. Get out, find your candidate, support your candidate, work towards it. And if your candidate doesn't get the nomination, don't go in the corner and pout. Help make sure that the person who would be your second choice wins, or make sure that the person who is a bad choice doesn't win. I mean, when people were telling me, well, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, they're just the same person. I mean, it's the same person. It doesn't matter who wins. I'm thinking to myself, are you serious right now? Like, you really are going to equate, and I'm not saying you had to like Hillary Clinton. I'm not saying she was a perfect candidate, but you're going to equate Hillary Clinton to Donald Trump? Really? That's what you really felt like that? Really? Child. If Twitter would have blocked Trump earlier, we wouldn't have this problem. He started campaigning against Obama on Twitter and gained his following before 2016 versus Hillary. Child. Government was a 2-semester course for me, but that was 31 years ago. Well, yeah. You will be surprised how many people in this country aren't even citizens that can vote. I vote on every level, then try to fuck around because I have an ethnic name. I pull out the voter registration. Child, don't let them do it to you, Miss Mars. Don't let them do it to you. And my thing is this too. Voting locally is important. And voting locally is, I'm not going to say it's more important, but a lot of people only show up every 4 years. You have to vote locally. You have to vote for the city council. You have to vote for the police chief, the mayor, you have to vote for these people, the state delegates. You have to know these people and vote for these people. Politicians only campaign towards voters. If you don't vote, you don't matter. Absolutely. A snack in the meal. Say it again. Politics, I'm telling you, I have worked on campaigns. I see it. I know it to be true. Somebody running for mayor they're going to spend more time in the parts of the city that vote versus the parts of the city that don't vote. And we can come up with all the excuses we want about why people don't vote and who this and who that and who that. But those same disenfranchised people that we'll sit here and defend about not voting, they'll stand in line for an iPhone. They'll stand in line for some Jordans. They'll stand in line for a damn chicken sandwich. So I don't want to hear it. And all of that costs money. Voting is free. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, disenfranchised. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. Registering to vote is free and voting is free. I understand that they have done things in the last 8 to 10 years to, make it harder to register to vote. I understand that there are tricks that are played. I understand all of that. I'm not negating that. But again, let's not make those isolated situations the big picture, because it's not. I do know that voter suppression exists. I'm not trying to say it does not exist. It does. But let's not make that the bulk of the reason why people ain't voting, because that ain't it. Oh, Lord, not Miss. Oh, Lord. Oh, hey, how you doing? Sure, Lord, child, one of my parents in the room, so I got to act right, y'all. I can't cut up. Thank you for letting me know you here, though, girl. No, but we just having a good conversation about politics. I ain't even cutting up right now. But thank you for coming through, girl. I hope she liked my class. Did I fail her? I ain't fail her, did I? Politics and finance are the most neglected subjects in high school. Yes. We were, you know what? My students and I were talking about that earlier this week, because we were talking about child labor during the Industrial Revolution, and we were talking about school being mandatory. And a lot of them had some really valid conversations about school. And one of the things they talked about was that school doesn't teach them what they need to know. And they were talking about that they need to know how to save money, how to invest money, how to build wealth. And I mean, these are ninth graders that were having these conversations about, hey, Jamal's World, about building wealth. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, these are some valid statements that y'all are making. What email? I missed something. Shauna, what email you talking about? See, I keep missing my place. Shauna, what you say about the email, girl? I gotta scroll back up. What Shauna say about the email? I have to catch it later. I don't see what she said. Oh, Hillary's emails. That's what y'all talking about. And let me tell y'all something. I could care less about Hillary Clinton's email. Do you know how much I didn't care about Hillary Clinton's emails? Me and my best friend got into that argument. She listening. Shouts out. She gonna be listening at work one day. But she was upset about it from the very beginning, because she's a government employee, and she was like, do you understand the protocol that we have to go through for our emails and da-da-da-da-da? And I was like, I don't care. I mean, I really didn't. I still don't. I don't care. You're sending a child into the world and they have no clue how to write a check, balance a checkbook, credit. You know what? The checkbook part is, but at this point, who writes checks anymore? My biggest issue is the kids understanding credit, percentages, good credit, bad credit, how that affects your credit score, how that affects your percentage rate when you go to buy a house, when you go to buy a car. I mean, if I knew, and I still am not great with my money, I'm better with my money, but if I knew then what I know now, honey, I would be in a much better, and I think we all would. I think anybody in this room could say that. I can agree with that people weren't ready for a woman. I can definitely agree with that. People were not ready for a woman president. I can agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. Oh Lord, hold on, let me see. Okay, Tito District, I understand. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Parts of the Voting Rights Act was, okay, I know what you're talking about now. I got you now. Okay, I'm with you now. I got you now. And you're right. That did play a part. You're absolutely correct. That did play a part. You're right. I didn't like Hillary, but over Trump, I was anti-Trump, so boo boo the fool. Okay. Absolutely, school board elections. Shoot, here in DC, the school board doesn't even have any power anymore. The mayor got rid of the power of the school board years ago. Disclaimer, if you are under 18 years old, please only enter this chat with parental consent. Oh, God. Thank you, El Teddy, for the disclaimer, because you're right. If you're under 18, get out. Voting locally is important because they are in charge of more immediate changes in our city. Like we're fun. Absolutely. Nas TV. Let me tell you something. And I told people this before. I told you guys this before in the chat. At one point in time, when I was a teacher in DC for 10 years. And Miss Hardy, DC, my former student's parent, I'm very familiar with Hardy. I taught the school I taught at. Hardy was our biggest rival, so I'm very familiar with Hardy. But when I taught in DC, I lived in DC. I was on a first name basis with every single city council member in DC. I was on a first name basis with the mayor. He ain't like me. I ain't like him. But he knew who I was. I helped elect the mayor that got him out of office, and he knew me and I knew him. He even offered me a job at one point. Not because I am popular, not because I'm so well known, not because of, it was because I showed up. I showed up. I went to, in DC, they're called ANCs. ANCs are like your little districts, and each ANC district is under a ward. There are 5 wards in DC. So the city council members, so they're the 5 wards, and then we have at-large members and so forth and so on. So I would go to my local ANC meetings. So I knew who my ANC representative was. And every once in a while, the city council member would show up, but it was always his chief of staff or her chief of staff was there, always at the meeting. And depending on what the topic was, other city council members, chief of staffs were there. So I knew all the chief of staffs. They knew me. Again, they didn't all like me because I'm a big mouth. But when you go into a room and there's only 10 people there, well, of course, after a while, they're going to start to know who you are. And then when there would be city council hearings on certain topics, I would show up to the hearing. And I have testified on more than one occasion before the city council in reference to a topic that is important to me. That doesn't cost you anything. It costs you time. But you can sign up to testify at a city council hearing. All you got to do is call the office of the city council member who was holding the hearing and get put on the list. It ain't that hard. So again, I say to people, when people start giving me excuses on what they can and can't do, you can be involved locally. And I promise you, before you know it, if you start showing up and you're consistent and they get to know who you are, like I said, they don't always have to like who you are, but they'll learn to respect you because they know she gonna be here. Y'all know she gonna be here. Y'all know she gonna get loud. Child, let me tell you something. Hold on. Hey, lovely True Red. How you doing, girl? Yes, local elections. I mean, I can't speak for every single district in the country, but I know, as far as I know, local elections are by popular vote. They're not electoral. Local voting is where you get, absolutely. Most politicians start on a local level. It's an anomaly for somebody like a Trump. That's an anomaly. Most politicians have local following. They have been on a local level, on some level. Now states are able to require certain types of ID, change the polling places and times, and shorten the window for absentee voting. All those hurdles help to keep low-income people from voting in 2016. Again, I hear you, Tito. I'm not arguing that there weren't factors, but what I'm going to say to you is this. Once again, that was the exception and not the rule. Yes, there are people who were affected, but that's the exception. That is not the rule. It's not countrywide. It's not, and I'm not going to accept that. That is the exception. That is the exception. I do understand that IDs were an issue, and yes, they were specifically put in place to keep the disenfranchised. I get it. I understand that certain things were done for voter suppression. And I'm not saying voter suppression is not a problem. However, again, those same women that voted for Obama didn't have no problem voting and getting to the polls. And I understand what you're saying, that rules and laws were put in place while Obama was president. You are correct. You are absolutely correct. However, comma, exception, not the rule. Hey, Coco Dupree, how you doing? Since St. Common said we only need that disclaimer in your room, El Teddy. Child, I vote in every election too, child. You want to be a lawyer? Oh, Nas, get out of here in the 10th grade, child. Let Popeyes post up the voting booths. Well, remember that kid that stood in line and gave out voter registration cards and did the line for the Popeyes sandwich? Kids ain't done. Soon we can equip them with the rights to do better things will be the future. Yeah, these kids, they not. Thank you, Shawnette. I didn't care about them daggone emails. Child, I wish I would have cared about them emails. I keep losing my place, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep y'all way behind on these comments, but y'all talking. I'm loving it. I really didn't expect to talk. I wasn't really trying to talk on politics this whole time. I had other things to talk about, but the conversation is so good. Yeah, lovely True Red. They did teach certain things like consumer math, but in your school, was consumer math a year-round class, or was it like a semester? Or like I know at my school, in my high school, it was just a chapter out the book. Like it was just a chapter. When I voted this year, I got to the polls at 6 p.m. and only 58 people have voted in my child. See what I'm saying? Okay, the least of their sins. Yeah, people. I mean, and that's the other thing. I mean, Hillary was a horrible candidate. Like she really was. She really was. Clinton and her campaign single-handedly subverted democracy during the primaries. Thank God for Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. She's the reason we have Trump. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I respectfully disagree with you on that, but it's cool. But I'm enjoying the conversation, Tito, and I don't always need people or want people to agree with me. I like having differing opinions. Absolutely, I do. So a snack in the middle, y'all did have classes that taught about different things like that. Okay, good. School doesn't teach us a lot. The only class that is helpful to me is government and history class because I want to be a lawyer. Writing essays every day in English is not learning. Baby, what you think you're going to be doing in law school? What do you think you're going to be doing in law school? Child, writing all day, every day. All day, every day. So I hope you understand before you get into law school, boo. All day, every day. Hillary thought she had Obama's voting block. She did. That's what I said. She was a horrible candidate. And Biden tried to, a lot of people tried to tell her, but Biden definitely tried to tell her that she needed to and actually her husband tried to tell her. Bill Clinton tried to tell her that her campaign was not going to be successful because they were not running a good campaign. He tried to tell her. She should have chosen Bernie. I don't know about that one either. Yeah, Hillary ran a horrible campaign. Was Marion Barry or Adrian Fenty the one you like? Child, Marion Barry, that's my boo. Adrian Fenty was the one I didn't like. And he knew I ain't like him. We didn't like each other. He knew I ain't like him. But he tried to get me to work on his campaign. The current mayor of DC, I know. We went to high school together. I know Mario Bowser very well. We went to high school together. My dad taught us that, but my friends, yeah. If you don't get it at home, Adrian Fenty was pivotal in progressing the gentrification of DC. Yeah, he absolutely was. It did, but it didn't start under him. It started under Anthony, the The mayor before him, I could see his face. Lord, I could see his face. Anthony. Oh, I could see his face. Anthony, what was his last name? Damn. Anyway, the mayor that was before Adrian Fenty actually started the gentrification started under him, but Adrian Fenty definitely accelerated it. Don't even get me started on Adrian Fenty, child. Don't get me started on Adrian Fenty, child. That could be a whole nother child. Whew. Always stress the importance of voting. Yep. The arrogance did her in. She would never pick Bernie. She's too much for the common man. My agency is about to. I'm sorry. Oh, hold on. I didn't finish reading it. And I watched the DNC still the primary. Yeah, the DNC, that didn't help either. When all those emails and stuff came out about the DNC, that was just horrible. That was horrible. My agency is about to have a couple of hearings with the DC Council. They even came to our building from time to time. That's right, Reese's Pieces. I forgot you in DC. Yeah, child. You go back through the archives. You'll see me testifying before the city council in DC. I testified. Thank you, Anthony Williams. Thank y'all, Anthony Williams. Yeah, gentrification. But remember, Anthony Williams was a bean counter who was put in place to save DC after Marion Barry. That child, don't get me started on that. Yep, went to school. Mary Bowser was 2 years ahead of me. We went to school together. And actually, someone who worked, I don't want to tell her position because I don't want to tell her business, but someone who works very closely, who we all went to high school together, and she works very closely with Mary Bowser. You know, she works for the mayor. And me and her talk often. And if I ever need the ear of the mayor, I have it. If I ever need to sort of pull that card out, I have it. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying, you know, when you put yourself out there politically, you know, child, don't let El Teddy bully y'all. Don't let that English teacher bully y'all. El Teddy, I know you're not spell checking nobody in my grammar checking nobody in my chat, child. El Teddy. But let me tell you something, though, Reese's Pieces. Let me say this. Congress, the United States Congress, told Washington, D.C., if y'all reelect Marion Barry, you are going to regret it. We reelected Marion Barry anyway, and they made us pay for it. Trash wasn't getting picked up because there wasn't no money in the budget. Because what a lot of people don't realize, for my DC folk, y'all know this, but for what a lot of people don't realize is that DC is a colony. Washington, D.C. is a colony. Okay? Washington, D.C. is not a state. We are a colony where we are taxed without representation. Right? We have to submit our budget to the Congress for approval. Nobody else has to do that but us. And so when we reelected Marion Barry, they told us, y'all gonna pay for that. And we did. They cut our budget so bad, Marion Barry couldn't be successful. He couldn't make anything happen. It was horrible. When they reelected Marion Barry, it was horrible. They did. Oh my gosh. And at that time, that's when I was living in North Carolina at the time. So I heard the stories, but snow wasn't getting picked up because they didn't have the money for the snow removal. The trash service got reduced. I mean, it was horrible. And they did all of that because they were upset that the city reelected Marion Barry. And as soon as that's when they brought Anthony, they put us under y'all know what I'm talking about. Basically, we were under the board, under the yeah, I know. So basically, we were under supervision from the Congress. I forget what was it? The board. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And Anthony Williams was on that board, and so basically, he was elected, but he was really more selected to help DC get out of its financial trouble that the Congress created to begin with. Child, don't get me started. You might need to drop some tea on me. Girl, email me. Shoot. Email me. Hold on. Let me go and put my email in the chat. Well, I'm put my information. I'll put all my information in the chat. Hold on. Let me put all my information in the chat. So y'all want to catch up with me? Uh-oh. Hold on. What? I'm about to hold on. Y'all want to catch up with me? Y'all can catch up with me. That's all my information right there, honey. All of that's in there. My Twitter, my email, my Instagram, my Cash App. You don't have to, but it's appreciated if you do. Drake, my first experience with voting was the first grade my mom took me to. I remember having to go to vote with my parents too, because they picked me up from school and then we went to go vote. Really? What's going on over on Ty's page? They must. I wonder. I'll check it out, Jonathan. I'll check it out when I get off of here, because I'm about to get off of here in a few minutes. I keep losing my place in these comments. Hey, Lady Nika, how you doing, boo? Y'all, I'm trying to get caught up in these comments. Hey, Miss Shorty B. Hey, Miss Shorty Boo B. VP doll. Hey. Oh, Lord, I said 5 wards. I did say 5 wards. I'm sorry, y'all. It's 8 wards. You know why I said 5 wards? Because I live in Ward 5. My bad. My bad. My brain. Sorry, y'all. That was a brain fart. There are 8 wards in D.C. 8 wards. Brain fart. Brain fart. VP Dog, I'm originally from Southeast DC. I was in Ward 8. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse the teacher. The teacher made a mistake, y'all. My brain, 5 was in my head because, like I said, I'm in Ward 5. But there are 8 wards in DC. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. Thank you, Reese's PC, for jumping on that one for me, because, child. Well, thank you, Miss Shorty. I'm glad you enjoying the conversation. Great conversation. Been here. I'm up in the skybox. I know that's right, Lady Nika. You kick your feet up, girl. Hey, Nori B. Thank you for listening while you're driving. El Teddy, I know you better stop grammar checking my folk. Not how to get away with murder classes, child. Thank you. This is Ari Dia, and if I said it wrong, charge it to my head, not my heart. You think Fenty was stealing money? Fenty did some questionable things. El Teddy, you probably know about this. Like, for example, when he got his fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi to have their conclave here in DC, and then he didn't charge them for stuff that he should have charged them for. Like, he did that kind of stuff. Fenty was sort of like a Trump from the point of view of the city. Most of the city council was under his thumb, and they weren't going to vote against him. They weren't going to do anything to him. So even though there were things that was proven that he did that he shouldn't have done, he got away with it. Yeah. Yeah, Tito. Yeah. Went to school with Muriel Bowser. Yeah. I knew her then. All right, y'all. I'm trying to get caught up on these comments. Yeah, I put my. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm back to where I was before, because I had lost my place. Hey, Simone Moore, how you doing, girl? Welcome to the. Well, you've been in here. I'm just getting caught up. Taxation without representation. Absolutely. This type of convo is the new type of sector that will garner the right content, contributed 300K subscribers. But okay. From your lips to God's ears, child. Well, like, share, and subscribe, honey. And if you're not subscribed in the room, go on and subscribe. Do it, y'all. Do it. Okay. 300,000 by the end of the year. That's a tall order, but I will take it. Oh, it's his mother. Was she saying thank you? She's coming on to thank everybody. Oh, Jonathan, I'm gonna have to go over there and catch that when I get off of here. I'll go catch that when I get off of here. Well, I hope to inspire y'all Simone, look. Now, Simone, you know I love you. I love you, Simone. But you're not going to come on here talking about my mayor. You're not going to be calling my mayor no crackhead. He was not a crackhead. He was a little crackish. Okay? You're not going to be talking about my mayor. I love you, Simone. But you're going to back up off my mayor. Okay? Okay. All right. But I love you, though, girl. I still love you, though, girl. All right. She said, so is Justin Trudeau. You better tell her to snack in the mill. You better get it. I remember going to the voting booth. And you know what else I remember? I remember going to the bank with my parents, watching them fill out deposit slips and withdrawal slips and standing in line. Oh, I used to hate it. Oh, it was real quick. Okay, well, I'm going to go look at it later. Jacqueline, you know what's funny? I was actually talking to some colleagues today about it. So to answer your question, I do not have a specific project that I could tell you guys that I am doing right at this moment. But I will say this. One of the organizations that I'm in, we do always do a Thanksgiving giveaway for the community in which we operate. So yes, now that we are doing, we are doing Thanksgiving baskets. I just got an email, a couple of emails about it today. So to answer your question, will I be doing things for people in need this holiday season? Yes. Some of it will be through community outreach through the organizations to a couple of the organizations that I'm members of. And yes, we will be doing things at my school, but I could not tell you at this moment any exact specific outside of the Thanksgiving giveaway. And we always adopt a family. As well. I want to do something for the troops. A couple of years ago, we did something where we wrote, we sent Christmas cards. So I want to do that as well. But Jacqueline, I can keep you posted because right now I can't give you anything specific, but I will definitely keep you posted. Okay, let me get caught up. I remember my mother pulling out her bank book and had, child. I'm an independent because I hate the two-party system. I just can't vote for Trump or anyone against him. He had bad. See, okay. Thank you, Miss Mars. Thank you, Tito District. And I enjoyed our conversation as well because, again, you challenged me because I had forgotten about the Voting Rights Act. So you challenged me. And now when I get off of here, I'm going to go refresh my memory because I remember it happening, but I don't remember all the nuances of it. So I'm going to refresh my memory. And I thank you for it because, again, I like the back and forth and I like learning something as well. He was a social crack. Y'all, I'm not going to sit here and argue about my Marion Barry. I ain't about to do it. I ain't about to argue about Marion Barry right now. He wasn't no crackhead. He's a little crackish. Actually, like real talk though, you could tell in that video Marion Barry had not done crack before because if you pay attention to the video where they caught him doing crack, she was showing him how to use the pipe. Now, he admitted that he said he snorted cocaine. He admitted to snorting cocaine. But that night that they caught him on tape was his first time doing crack. Now, I ain't defending the man. The man was he was a drug addict and he was a womanizer. Let's just be clear. But he my mayor for life. And it's kind of like that family member. I can talk about him, but y'all can't kind of thing. Yeah, because I love my Mern Burr. You can be talking about my Mern Burr. You see, my DC accent get thick when I start talking about Mern Burr. I thank y'all. I'm glad because again, I didn't even intend for this whole conversation to be about politics. I was going to talk about some other things because I really wanted to have a conversation about something came up in This was about you, El Teddy. It made me think about this conversation. Somebody made a comment about I'm sick of. Okay, hold on. Let me finish reading these comments, and then I'm gonna give y'all 20 minutes on the other topic I wanted to talk about, and then we're gonna roll. That's right, Cola. He went up there to have sex, and he kept telling her that he wasn't trying to smoke no crack. He was trying to get some little poo poom. He was trying to get him a little poo poom. He did, Jacqueline. Well, we ain't gonna get, Lord, don't even get started on Kwame Kilpatrick, child. And you know what's funny? One of my former administrators, one of my former vice principals was actually one of Kwame Kilpatrick's best friends and his frat brother. They grew up together, and they were really good friends. And this was when Kwame Kilpatrick was still like the man, when he was like, you know, the talk of the town, and he was the next best thing, and they thought he had aspirations to go to the White House and all this other stuff before the downfall. Oh man, he was living it up. And then when all that stuff started coming out, he knew about the mansion stuff. Oh, he knew about it. He told me some stuff about some things that was going down. I don't think he thought it was going to actually come out the way it came out, because he thought his mother was going to get him out of it. He thought that Kwame Kilpatrick's mom was going to be able to take care of him, but she did a live interview with Gardini trying to figure out where. Yeah, okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. I did see Gardini had posted something on his YouTube page. Y'all be talking about Ty Couture if you're confused right now. But I didn't realize that was his mom. Okay, because I didn't click on I didn't click on it yet. I hadn't had a chance to look at it yet. And she was trying to figure out where was she trying to figure out, Abby? Well, that's how it used to be, you guys. In the beginning of the country, the president was the person who won, and then the vice president was the person who had the second amount of votes. Really, B, you still haven't approved my request. I'm sorry. IG honey juice. Okay. Y'all know I had to close my Instagram, and so I'm sorry if I'm slow approving y'all's requests. I had to close my Instagram. My Instagram was open, but then some students found it, and so I had to close it and clean it up. So when the requests come through, I'm very careful about who I approve now, because I don't anyway. So that's why. So I apologize, honey. Oh, it's on the app. Okay, that's what you were saying. I just got your text, Abby. Okay. Hold on. You said honey juice. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'll approve it. I'm sorry, baby. I will approve it. I was in the Manbury Youth Leadership. I still have my book. Girl, not you still have your book. Yeah, they changed the name now. But I think it is permanently called the Mayor. I think that was something they did after he passed away. I think it is called the Marion Barry Summer. I think that's the permanent name. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I think his name is on that now. I think every teenager who lived in DC in the 1980s through the mid-90s worked the Mayor Summer Youth Program and had one of them t-shirts. Remember everybody in DC? Y'all, those Mayor Summer Youth Program t-shirts in DC, those were like Versace. Like, we wore that like it was gear. Like, it was name brand shit. If you had your Marion Barry Summer Youth Leadership t-shirt on, baby, with the year, you better have a current year. But even if you wore the year before, it was clout, because that meant you were in the program 2 years in a row. Child. All right, y'all, let me get caught up on these comments. The Insta is the same. I just closed it. I didn't change my Instagram. I just closed it. So now you have to have approval. I have to approve it. Before it was just open. You could just click on follow me. But now I have to approve it. And I'm backed up on approving people. So Okay, send me a request. Yeah, you guys, send me a request. And the other thing, I locked it down because I had to take some pictures off of there because a couple of the pictures on there, I didn't have anything risque on there, but I just had private pictures on there and personal pictures. So now, if you notice, the Instagram is really limited to just me talking about YouTube. I don't really have a lot of personal information on there anymore. Yep, Reese's PC, that was your uniform. You would wear that with your slouch socks and your fresh white on white K-Swiss. What? And some jean shorts. What you talking about? What you talking about? Yep, you guys. As soon as I get off of here, I'll approve it. And I apologize, y'all, for getting backed up on that. I just had to be because I didn't know who was who. And when those students found what happened, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This summer, I'm gonna tell y'all this. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all what happened because this is gonna lead me straight into the second thing I wanted to talk about. This is perfect. So let me tell y'all why I closed my Instagram. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This summer, my cousin had our family cookout this summer, like our big family cookout. And part of what he had at the cookout was he had a cigar company there, and they had a tent set up. And basically you could go over there, you could smoke cigars. Like he had like a cigar station at the cookout. And so, yeah, Dre, you already following me, baby. And so I was smoking a cigar. I wasn't smoking weed. I was smoking a cigar, and I took a picture of me smoking a cigar, and I posted it on my Instagram, right? Well, what I did not know was that there were students following my Instagram. I didn't know. I didn't pay attention because I didn't think anything I was putting up there was inappropriate or anything. So I really didn't pay attention to, whether it was students on there or not. So a student took the picture and put a caption under it that said something about teachers, right? And passed it around. So and this happened over the summer, so I didn't know anything about it until we went back to school. And when I went back to school, my students that I'm cool with, the students that like me, they told me, they were like, yo, you might want to know that this has been circulating. I even had a parent inbox me on Instagram and tell me, I don't know if you know or not, but this picture of you smoking a cigar, the students put a caption under it and it's rotating. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I wasn't doing anything wrong and I wasn't doing anything illegal. However, brings me to my second hashtag that I wanted to talk about is the double standard and the standard that teachers have to live under. And so somebody had, Shawnette, and the reality is, like, my private Instagram is locked. My private Instagram is locked. That I put my personal pictures on and like my family and stuff like that. It's locked and it's not even under my name. Like the only way you'll find that Instagram is if you know my other name. You know what I mean? My name isn't attached to it at all. Not my government name. And I have 3 Twitters and I have 2 Instagrams. No, two Instagrams. Sorry. I have my private Instagram and then I have the ReallyB Instagram. And then Twitter, I have the ReallyB Twitter, my personal Twitter, and then I have my professional Twitter. And everything on my professional Twitter is just all education stuff. There's nothing on there. There's nothing on there outside of education. And so I immediately shut the Instagram page down and I scrubbed it of anybody that looked suspicious. You know what I'm saying? I just blocked anybody. So if I blocked anybody that wasn't suspicious, oh well. But any, accounts that look suspicious, that look like they were young kids, all that, I blocked all of that. And I just locked the page. And I'm just very picky about who I approve, which I don't like having to do that because I want you guys to be able to be on my Instagram. I want, you know what I'm saying? So I don't like the fact that I had to do that, but that's why I did it. Miss Marge is stupid. Child. Oh yeah, high school is a child. Well, didn't Strawberry end up getting killed? That's what happened. Strawberry ended up getting killed. And I don't think they ever solved that murder, but it's highly suspected that he had her killed. Let me tell y'all what's something good. I think I told y'all on my last live I told y'all about Crime Town. It's a podcast called Crime Town. And they've done different cities. I sent them an email, told them they need to do DC, honey. They need to do DC and do Marionberry. But anyway, but it was called Crime Town, and they did Detroit, and they talked all about, it wasn't the whole podcast was not about Kwame Kilpatrick. They went all the way back to the 70s. They started with the 70s and they came forward, but they did like a whole, maybe the last 6 or 7 episodes dealt with Kwame Kilpatrick and the different things that happened. His rise, they talked about his rise, but they definitely talked about his fall. And Strawberry, the stripper, she was killed. She was killed. If I remember correctly, she was killed. Yeah, child. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I wasn't even smoking nothing. I wasn't smoking no weed or nothing like that, child. Yep, VP Doll, the shirt says, say no to drugs with Marionberry getting high. But anyway, but you know, they knew anyway, y'all. I could do a whole nother podcast on DC. I mean, video on DC. We ain't gonna do that. But as a teacher, you guys, and this has been my struggle my whole career, ever since I started teaching. It is that double standard. Like, we are still people. Yes, we are teachers, and I appreciate the respect, and I appreciate being held to a standard. But at the end of the day, we are still people who have lives. You know, we drink, we party, we smoke cigarettes. Some people do, some of them, not I. Some may smoke some other things. You know what I mean? But it's that fear of the judgment when you do what regular everyday people do, because we are still regular everyday people. And it pisses me off whenever I hear somebody make the comment, and you a teacher acting like that, or you a teacher talking like that, or you're a teacher and you said that, or you're a teacher and you did that. Well, what the hell does that mean? I'm not supposed to be able to go to the club because I'm a teacher. I'm not supposed to be able to have a cocktail because I'm a teacher. I'm not supposed to be able to, if I smoke cigarettes, I just smoke cigarettes. If I smoke a cigar at a family cookout, I'm supposed, now mind you, nothing happened to me. I didn't get in trouble or nothing. But again, it's just the, for lack of a better word, the fear that to be judged. You know what I mean? Even coming on here, I enjoy it, but there's some videos, I don't know if y'all notice it or not. There's some videos we get on here, we have a good time. You can't find that video no more. You better catch it the first time. The stripper was killed. Yep, the stripper was killed. Right. The stripper was killed, and the suspect was one of the police officers that was at the party at Kwame Kilpatrick's house, and they believe that y'all listen to that podcast. Y'all listen to the podcast because they break it down. They break it all the way down. But, you know, not Nancy Drew Scooby-Doo students always too nosy. But yeah, so, you know, I get it, you guys. And don't get me wrong. I appreciate whenever people say, oh, I respect what you do. I respect, you know, you as a teacher. I respect. And thank you. I appreciate the respect. Thank you for the respect. But also understand that we are still teachers. I mean, we're still human and we do the same things that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? We hang out with our friends. We cuss. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, not saying everybody, but you know what I mean. And I just, you know, it just pisses me off that whenever you find out, I got you, Cola. It just pisses me off that every time people find out that you're a teacher, then it's, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? You know, like, and you're a teacher, and I'm like, I'm human. Last time I checked, like my principal says that people that, the students think that at the end of the day, there's a trap door underneath the school and we all just go down into, this basement, and every morning we all come out the basement. Like, they just act like, have y'all ever seen kids, especially when I taught middle school, not so much in high school now, but when I taught middle school or junior high, and kids would see me out in public, and it was almost like they saw Santa Claus. Miss Proctor, what are you doing at the... Oh, I done told y'all my name. What are you doing at the movies? The same thing you doing at the movies. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. What are you doing at the restaurant? Eating? You know what I mean? But they would be shocked that they saw me doing regular stuff. Okay, look, you better say that again, Katana. You better say it again. Them same parents worried about me smoking a cigar, the same ones that probably buy weed for their kids to smoke. Did I say that out loud? Okay, Cola, 2 things, and then I'm getting off of here. I'm getting ready to show y'all the oh my gosh, back in the day when you knew your teacher's first name, oh my gosh, when you knew now they know our name because it's our email. Anytime I give my student my work email, they have my phone. They have my first and last name because it's our email address. But back in the day when I first started teaching, honey, and when I was a kid, if you knew your teacher's first name, oh my gosh, it was like, what? Child, that's right. They done put us in the bunker. Yeah, Lord, I know, Dre. My bad. If you pay attention, you done got my whole name before. James calls me by my first name all the time. If y'all pay attention, those of you who watch Spiller Boy TV, he calls my first name all the daggone time. The disappointment comes from the level of expectation for being placed on the pedestal, not the receiver's fault. Yeah, Monk Chip, and I do understand that. I definitely understand the that we're put on that pedestal. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the respect for those who give me that respect. I definitely appreciate the respect. But I just want people to understand we're people too. And guess what? We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not perfect just because I'm a teacher. So 2 things I'm going to do before I get off of here. I'm going to, Cola, I'm going to show you. Y'all know I'm going to play around with my screen sharing. Y'all know I got to keep practicing so I can get it right. But I'm going to show you the podcast. The name of the podcast is Crime Town, but I'm going to pull up the logo so you can see it. So when you pull it up, you'll know which one it is. Because the first season of Crime Town, I think they did Providence, Rhode Island. And then the second season of Crime Town, they did and y'all know I love podcasts. I don't know if y'all were in here. This was a few months back when we did when we talked about podcasts that we like and stuff like that. I know, Danny. I know, because it's easy. And you call me by my nickname, government name. You call me by my nick, so then they know my nickname too. All the time. But now I know your whole name. Exactly. See, because James calls me by my first name all the time. And he doesn't mean to. But he doesn't call me Really B. When we're on the phone and stuff, he calls me by my name. He calls me, you know what I mean? Okay. All right, y'all. I'm great. All right, let me play with my screen share again. And let me show y'all the podcast that I want y'all to the podcast I want y'all to check out. So Chrome tab. Nope, that ain't what I want to do. Hold on. Application window. Yep, this is what I want. Okay. Can y'all see this? Hold on. Okay, y'all can see that. Okay, so let me do full screen. All right. So first of all, I want y'all to, if y'all do listen to podcasts, check out TSF Entertainment Podcast. That's the new podcast that I'm on, that I've started recording with, and I'm having a good time with this group of guys. And it's another young lady. Her name is Paris. They've invited me to join them, and I appreciate it. And we have been having a good time. We've been doing power recaps, but then Sunday night we did a podcast on social media pros and cons, and that was really fun. Now let me get to the one I was trying to tell y'all about, though. So as y'all can see, I look at a whole lot of podcasts, and you see I do a lot of true crime podcasts, but right here, Crime Town, this is it right here. And the first season they highlighted Providence, Rhode Island, which was crazy. Let me tell y'all something. The mayor of Providence, Rhode Island was very similar to Marion Barry, you guys. If y'all remember Marion, not if y'all remember, but you know the story of Marion Barry. He was very similar. But then season 2 was Detroit. And you see all of these episodes are about you see right here the United States versus Kwame Kilpatrick, the murder of Tamara Green, surrendered. That's when Kwame Kilpatrick surrendered after, So that's a great podcast, you guys. It is so good. Okay. So good. But as you guys can see, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of them are true crime podcasts. If you like history, Revisionist History is a good one. Lord, they got Making Beyonce. That started off as Making Oprah. Then it was Making the Obamas. And now I guess the new season is Making Beyonce. You can see how long it's been since I've listened to it. And I ain't going to listen to Making Beyonce. That's my podcast. If you guys are not already subscribed or familiar, that is my podcast that is on iTunes. So you guys can go and subscribe to that. Stuff You Missed in History Class. That's a good one. That is a good one. It tells you a lot of like unknown facts and little little known Black history facts type stuff if you guys are into podcasts. But as you can see, I listen to a lot of different podcasts, you guys. So that is what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, night, girl. I'm about to get off of here anyway. Thank you, Abby, again. All right. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to tell you a teacher story, all right? I'm going to tell y'all a crazy teacher story, and then I'm going to get off of here. So, going back to teachers being real people doing real things, all right? I was in St. Martin on vacation, minding my business. At the little, in the Caribbean, they don't have the same rules that we have about minors being in certain places and who can drink and who can't drink and all that other stuff. And I was at it was a bar, but it was like an outdoor type bar. We went down by the beach, and I was flirting. Had a little friend I had met down there, you know what I'm saying? And we were at the bar. He bought me a drink, and we kind of talking. We kind of in each other's face, doing that cute talk, that flirty flirt, just met somebody talk, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, since I done already told y'all my last name, all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I'm, you know how you do that. All of a sudden I hear, Miss Proctor. I turned around. Damn if it wasn't one of my students. I said, I can't even believe y'all in the United States. How you get to St. Martin? And she was older. She wasn't a current. This one I taught at the junior high. So she wasn't a current student. I had taught her a couple of years. So she was in high school at this time. But I was like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Child, it was funny. Anyway, so you just never know. You never know who you're going to run into, where you're going to run into them, honey. It was hilarious, y'all. It was hilarious. But she was somebody, and this, of course, but this was before the days of social media, because had this been now, my picture, they probably would have took my picture first and then said something to me after the fact. Then next thing you know, it would have been a picture of me and some island man face flirting all over the internet. But anyway, y'all have a great evening. I'm about to get up off of here. Appreciate y'all much. Tonight, I will be dropping my cartel crew. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get off of here, I'm getting ready to do my cartel crew. I'm going to drop my cartel crew. I believe Sisters comes on tonight. So I'll probably drop that before I go to bed. I believe Real Housewives of Dallas comes on tonight, but I probably won't get that one out tonight. That'll probably be tomorrow. And do not forget, tomorrow night over to El Teddy's house, we will be hosting the Gentleman's Panel. I say we. He's hosting it, but I'm a mod. So that's why I said the we before people start rumors. Really be think she running something over at El Teddy's place. No, I'm just a mod, but I'm inviting y'all to come and join us. Child, you right, Tito. We can't. Well, you know, I do travel all over the world, but hell, at this point, I'll probably run into somebody I taught in Africa. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Child, but I do travel as often as possible, honey. My uncle's ex-girlfriend ended up my high school teacher. See? Small world. Y'all just don't know. Anyway, y'all have a great evening, and I will talk to y'all later.